originally,
Sorry, I forgot to hit record. Oh no, where'd she go?
And she was
We
like,
lost
"Dip."
her. I don't know what happened. Okay, so we lost Becca. Can you message her back and see what happened? So there she is. She has bad Wi-Fi sometimes. Okay, there she is. Hi.
I'm back. Sorry.
We're recording.
I'm recording now. Sorry. I clicked the wrong button. So when I started, I was actually I was engaged to a man that I was coming out of divorce. I was engaged to somebody, and I didn't feel it spiritually in my heart. My mother told me that I needed to reach out for myself. And at the moment, I was in the program with somebody that I had been friends with for about 18 years. So she introduced me to Yoga for Love, and she will always be my best friend, and she will always guide me. But sometimes I did really understand that people take different paths in this situation, and it's okay. There's no right or wrong path for anyone. It's how we support each other, especially as women. So I've had the support of Lisa and Jamie a ton through all of this. So when I started, I was scared. I didn't really know myself, and so I was actually reaching out for the spiritual part, not for the yoga part at all. Right? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember on our first call, you're like, I know that this is a yoga program and it's not super important for me to ever teach yoga, but, I would like to just do this program just for me, for my own self-care. And yeah, I remember that person, tell us about who that person was all that time ago. Like
She
a
was
year and a half
kind
ago?
she was kind of dark. I mean, she's still there, so I wouldn't say she's totally a different person, but she's grown so much. She is stronger. She is independent, and she is way more calm. And I completely believe and understand in manifestation. So if you manifest something, it's gonna happen. Believing everything Lisa says and understanding and following you really has helped me. It has really helped me. One-on-ones with Jamie has really helped me also dive into a deeper understanding of myself, honestly, on a spiritual level. So, what I decided to do, so I own a salon, and when this became a part of my life, I never ever thought I would teach, but since I do, like, I guess I'm certified now. So we just prayed.
Yay! I was like, where's Becca? She's graduating. Where is she? So yes,
I don't even think about it. Yeah. I get to do even more of things I love. So I'm a hairdresser. So when someone told me you were gonna just do hair, I was like, yeah, whatever. Same thing with yoga. Oh, you're just gonna do yoga? And I'm like, hey, yeah, whatever. I'm actually gonna start traveling internationally, actually teaching yoga. So that is my path. I feel in my heart. I also feel like I love to give back the things that gave me a solid. So I would love to give back for Yoga for Love as well. So I'm gonna start traveling internationally, going all around and teaching. Eden does it, Autumn does it, Amber does it, and it just inspired me. You guys all inspired me. Lisa and Jamie have pointed me in the right direction. Jennifer has kept me on the right path because it's very, very, very solid to have a yoga buddy. Right?
Yes, and a lot of women have found great partners in the program. So the women that she's naming are women that have graduated our program, and have started teaching at yoga retreats and doing international travel. And so Becca's super inspired to follow that path, and I'm really excited about it as well.
What's great for me is that they've actually led the tracks down for me. So they've helped me to sign up, and they've in the path I need to go. So this is the decision I made to go. I want to teach, I want to educate, I want to travel. And Lisa and Jamie have, in fact, taught me where to go from there. And I really appreciate that. And they've also taught me where to go from here. So
yeah,
this is a life, like, you guys get it. Like, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna sign on and I'm gonna Google, I'm gonna do my module 1, and I'm like, I'm hooked.
And how was your experience coming to the retreat once you actually got to finally meet everyone in person?
Okay, so it was a little like nothing like I expected it to be. but it was actually such an amazing experience. So the retreat on the land, Lisa, like Jamie, everything, it rained every day I was there. Every day. Like we spent the entire time in the cabin, we hung out, and we had no choice but to bond. But I made some of the best friends forever. So I get it, even though at the time I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
it solidifies, right? Like once you start doing the experiences and getting your Reiki certification, what was that part like?
it was amazing. So I got my Reiki 1 and my Reiki 2. So it's spiritual. I don't even know. I get goosebumps talking about it because it's very new for me. So being able to connect with spirit and being able to talk about it, it's actually freaking exciting to talk about with people that understand it for the first time ever. So, and I respect it. So, but it makes my life way more exciting.
It's true. We have something to look forward to. It's not like it's going to be it just gives us light at the end of the tunnel, things that we can do with our life that, never even seemed possible. Like we talked about what you want to do with it now that you are graduated and now that you are moving forward in your life. This is your official moment. So it's just so excited to see where you're going to go from here. And with you already having the mindset of owning a business, then I think you have a lot of advantage to move forward on an accelerated path. And still being in the mastermind program, we still have some coaching sessions to do with you. We still have some work to do together. And so she originally signed up to take her 500-hour yoga teacher training, but has decided perhaps she might focus on some other things in the coaching besides yoga. And we offer lots of different options, working with shamanic healing and sound healing and Reiki and energy work and crystal healing and Tantra and all of those things. There might be some other options here for you to take on your path. And so we're looking forward to where that goes and to helping you grow your business and grow into an international teacher.
Thank you so very much. This is so exciting for me.
Congratulations. Did you get a moment to print off your certificate?
Not yet. I actually leave in a few hours to go home. I'm traveling.
Okay.
So I'm actually jumping on a plane in about an hour.
Okay. Well, good.
So
Well,
I just want to I love you so much. And I'm just like, no. I actually was like,
sorry about that. Dogs.
They think that the ding was the doorbell.
Can you shut that? So they heard the pinging on someone's phone and they literally thought that was the doorbell.
Tracy was asking for the link to the
It's
chat.
the same as so we are looking forward to seeing where you go. We're looking forward to seeing you on the next chat. And I want to just officially congratulate you as of this night on January 2nd of 2022. You're officially a certified registered yoga teacher. Yeah! Y'all unmute and give her a shout. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good job, Becca. Really proud of you.
thank you so much.
That's awesome.
You're so amazing. I love you.
I love all of you. You're never getting rid of me, ever.
Yay!
Well, congratulations. Any final words?
Thank you. Keep on swimming, ladies. If you ever feel like you can't make it, just keep swimming.
Thank you.
And reach out. We got you. Nothing is easy if it's great. Remember that.
I love that. Nothing is easy if it's great. Someone write that down, Becca. That's a great quote. It's so freaking true. Everything that's worthwhile in this life is worth working for. And, that's why this program is not a PDF and a Facebook group. This program is a program that will give you a lifestyle, a whole entire change to everything in your life if you want to take it. And that is why it's worth the work. And thank you for that. Mwah. Thank you so much.
Love you.
So much, you guys. You mean so much. Thank you so much.
Yay. So we have Alora coming on next. She is our next graduate. Is Eden coming? So Eden's on. Okay, so Laura, we're gonna have our graduates share first, and then we have Candy sharing also as an experienced student in our program. So Alora, she's from Canada. If you want to unmute, and I'm going to highlight your video here for everybody.
Sounds good.
Oh, here we go. There we are.
Oh my gosh, there I am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and not cry in this, but I make no promises.
Yes, it's okay to cry. Alora's our first international student from Canada to graduate. Woohoo!
Yeah. I'm Alora. I'm from Canada. I am 20 years old. I'm a university student. Currently working towards 2 bachelor degrees. I work part-time in a bookstore, and I am so happy to be graduating out of this. I can't believe that it's actually happening. I think when I started this, I was just like, oh yeah, I've always wanted to do this, it's just like another yoga class, and it is not. It was a lot of a lifestyle course, and it really brought me out of where I was before I started in May. May 2021 is when I started, and prior to that, I was a pretty stressed out university student, as a lot of us are, and I just didn't have any concept of making time for myself or enjoying like anything really. It was more so just study, work, study. But this course really showed me and taught me where spirituality and self-care meets, and how I can help and empower other people with that.
Yeah.
And since I've been teaching online right now, because I can't teach in person all that much right now, but teaching online even, I've just felt the love. And I mean, every time someone will just leave a little comment on my video, even just saying thank you, it really touches my heart, and I am so grateful to this community for letting me be a part of it and for giving me everything and the tools that I need. I really see a big shift in myself from when I started this. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you see in yourself, like as you were before? Like, I know you were pretty stressed. You were not taking care of yourself. Like, you were working on studies and stuff all the time. And as you went through the program, what are some of the main takeaways? First of all, like for your self-care, but also for your study habits, because you are rocking it out. Like, you were taking like double major and also your yoga training and working. Like, what you have some tips that could help others that would like to have better time management or manage this course, and you're doing your life at the same time?
Yeah. I mean, disclaimer, my sun sign is Virgo, so I think that helped.
Yeah. Virgo.
I think, yeah. I think another big thing is, like, for studying tips is making yourself accountable, and also choosing a time of day that you're going to do it, and just making that a schedule and always following that. That's how I sort of did it. I kind of recognized that after about 4 p.m. my brain was just fried from everything. So I couldn't leave it until 4 p.m. because I just wouldn't do my best work, and I wouldn't put my heart and soul into it. And I didn't think that was right. I think this is something that I want to give all my focus to and really absorb. And so I decided to do it more in the morning. And that really changed how I think I looked at it, because for a long time before I started this, everything I did, I basically saw as a chore. Even if it was watching a movie, it was like, oh, well, I have to slot out time for this, and it's going to be this time to this time. And it was just another thing for me to check off a to-do list. And after I started this program, I started realizing, like, just slow down. just stop checking things off a list. This isn't just something that you have to get over with. It's something that you should enjoy, something that you need to deepen your connection with. And so this has really helped me just calm myself.
That is huge, especially for us Virgos, recovering perfectionists. I mean, seriously, like, oh my God, I have to do that. Now I gotta do this. Now I gotta do that. Now I gotta do that. And like, how much shit can you pack into a 24-hour period and yet still eat and sleep? And eating sometimes is a byproduct of, oh, did I eat? So I know that you have shifted that. And in your self-care, I've just seen like in your log that you've turned in, like the things that you've done, you've expanded that time for yourself to not just check off and do your homework. Because in the beginning, you were just homework, doing assignment. I'm like, well, are you spending any time taking care of yourself? Are you enjoying your books that you're reading? Because you're whipping through the stuff, which was great. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, I've never seen a student go through this course this fast. So we had to have a little talk. And then you're like, I am gonna slow down. I am gonna take a little more time for me. And your self-care started to get really on point. So what was that like?
Well, I really think I took my level 1 Reiki certification through this 200-hour course, but I also took my level 2 separately. And I think the Reiki training also really helped because that's just very like mindful and spiritual and very like connecting with yourself and your energy and the energy around you, the energy in other people. And that really helped with my self-care as well, because then I could start doing it to myself and it helped me just tune in and listen rather than just speeding through and just being like, oh, I'm fine, like everything's fine. And it's like, if you stop, pause, like listen and look at yourself, even if you just like take time, stare at yourself in a mirror, just watch and see, like, do you like what you see right now? Is there something else that you could maybe deepen? And that was really transformative for me.
Yes. If I could go back and be in my 20s, I would be like you. I wish I learned that. I wish I had somebody like myself and her to guide me when I was that age.
Same.
I mean, to find yourself in your 20s is so rare. And I have seen you grow from a young woman, just young woman in her 20s to a full-on woman that is taking control of her life and enjoying it. And it makes me so proud. Like, I don't want to make
me cry.
cry, but I mean, especially because, I see so much of me in you. When I was 26, I was full on in my career and I was really busy and I was accomplishing a lot of stuff. I worked for an international hair color company called Goldwell, and I was doing platform artist work and I was traveling. But again, I was not happy because I was checking it off. I was like, well, I have to do this so I can get to that level. And I have to do this so I can get to that level in my career. And everything was about checking it off. And I wasn't enjoying the journey. And I didn't even I was doing some yoga here and there, but only because I was stressed and I needed to breathe. And I did not really get into my self-care practice until it was really when I became pregnant. And I was 26 at that point. And then when I was like, I wasn't even enjoying my job. I wasn't enjoying what I was doing because the women that I worked with were horrible. And I know a lot of women don't have a tribe like this. And I have experienced corporate women in the 90s, and it's literally like the movies. Like, they are full on bitches. And, I mean, I would receive voicemails that would make me cry, and that I would have stress knots underneath my collarbones from just listening to my messages, and it shouldn't be like that with a group of women. Women are here to help each other rise. And we are the ones in this world that are going to change the direction of this planet, to change the direction of government, change the direction of politics, change the direction of religion. And it's only because we're bonding together. And so I've seen you, even though you're in Canada and you haven't been able to travel because of the pandemic and the shutdown, you have still bonded so much with this tribe. What does that feel like for you?
Yeah, it's incredible. That's one of the things that I think I really enjoy about this program is how interconnected everyone is, and how I'm not even in the same country as you guys, and I still feel as though we're all like sisters. We're all with each other. I can like feel the energy of you guys with me. I find whenever I need like any sort of like help, you guys are always there. If I message like the group chat with anything, and you're always sending such beautiful messages to us, and anything about like the super moon or the full moons and always reminding us on how to recharge ourselves. It's been really, really amazing. I remember doing my level 2 Reiki with Eden, and that was such a special moment, I think, for us when we were doing our card pulls and practicing on each other. And we were like hundreds of kilometers away, and yet we still felt connected.
It's
So
so
that
true.
really,
Time and energy is just, time and space is just an illusion. The energy is the only thing that's real. You know,
Indeed.
it really is. And that's such a great thing to point out. You know, no matter where you are, you can find your tribe. We find each other because we're all like-minded, and the universe has brought us together in the magnetic law of attraction. It's like throwing out a fishing line, and you throw out the things that you're attracting. And so we are all mirrors of each other. And you know, you're a mirror to me. And I love what you're doing with your life, Alora. It makes me really proud, and I'm really happy. And I know that we'll continue to stay in touch after you graduate this program. And so officially, as of today, you are graduated from the Yoga for Love online training programs with your 200-hour RYT.
oh my gosh,
Congratulations.
Don't
thank
take me
you.
off until our congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well done, Allura. Good
Thank
job.
Amazing.
Congratulations, Laura. You're awesome.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're so excited for you. So anything else that you want to say before we wrap up your share?
I think just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you. Yay. Oh, I'm so excited.
Awesome.
So we have next on the call, Jennifer from Utah. So I'm going to shift our camera over to Jennifer. Here she is. All right. Hi, Jennifer. You look lovely.
Hello, ladies. So, I don't even know where to begin with it all. It's been a crazy year doing the program. Life has shifted and changed in so many unexpected ways. It was crazy when I started because we had a 2-year-old running around, and then partway through I got pregnant. So we have another one coming.
Yes.
So it's been just a crazy time in life, and anyone who has a toddler or has had kids, I'm sure remembers well, gee, when was my last shower? And when did I get time alone? And do I ever get to sleep alone again? You know?
Do I get to pee alone?
The answer is no.
Even now, my 18-year-old comes home and she wants to snuggle, you know.
Yeah, I got the dog on one side of my legs, the other kid on one, and then I'm getting kicked from the inside. So I feel like I have 0 personal space. So for me, one of the hugest takeaways has been the self-care. You know, I've been doing yoga probably half my life. I've enjoyed it. It's been something I've just kind of practiced and I try to incorporate it into my life, like when I'm out in the garden or doing stuff, remembering to balance both sides, stretch different ways. And so I'm a very big build it into your life. And so that's been a kind of cool part of your program, is that everything you've taught us has been built into your life. And the self-care has probably been in the Ayurvedic practices, or something else I wasn't very great at. So, you know, it's been refreshing to say, you know what, mommy's busy, go see daddy. I need a minute, and not feel guilty or bad about it. You know, like right now my door is locked and nobody can come in. And it's wonderful. I deserve an hour or whatever my call is. And so, you know, just holding myself accountable and not letting other people steal my time. And having time for myself has been fantastic. And the reading material was awesome. You know, I acquired a lot of new books, which I love books, so that's been great. And the people aspect, everyone that we've got to meet and befriend and keep as, you know, your sisterhood here is something that is invaluable. So I've had a lot of different things that I've taken away from it besides what I was expecting to. I mean, yes, we practiced yoga. I learned my poses better. Never thought I would know Sanskrit at all. So like, yeah, I'm not an expert. The perfectionist in me would love to say I am like completely fluent. I'm not, but like we talked about, it's a work in progress, and it's something that you will continue to practice and learn and get better at throughout time.
Yes.
So,
and Sanskrit is such a fundamental language. And the more you learn like little root words, the more you can kind of assemble words together and sentence together and to understand. And as you read the sutras and things like that, and it's broken down, it helps to like integrate it. It's not something you can learn overnight, but it's also not hard to understand.
it's been an amazing journey, and I've really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed everybody that I've gotten to meet. And you know, some of the stuff I used to spend a lot of time, like I used to always light candles and have like self time before I moved out here and bought a house and had a kid and all that. So you know, it's been amazing to kind of get back to some of the things that I truly enjoyed in life. That, you know, like I've got a whole cabinet of candles that haven't been lit in like 6 years. And so, you know, I've got all the stuff here, and now I can use it more. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So what do you feel like life was like before you started your Yoga for Love training and going through it, and how it is now? Is there any kind of takeaways there?
It's been completely different. I mean, you know, I was just in the throes of being a new parent, and so there was just nothing for me personally. Like literally, I would go like a week without having a shower, which is just not cool. Showers are so awesome. I love showers.
Yeah. I love
You know,
hot water.
I do. I love hot springs and things like that. And so, you know, it's been mostly just taking the time for myself. That's been the biggest shift, and taking care of myself. And I mean, right now with the baby not facing the right way, I've come back to yoga to try to help get myself aligned properly. So that way the baby has the right room to grow and go and get in the right position. So it's the self-care of it has just basically been like probably my biggest shift, because I wasn't making time for myself. And throughout this program, I've started to, and I do. And I don't feel bad about it.
Good.
You know,
yes, that's to
there's
be
no
something
guilt.
you're proud of, and your family. I've noticed their family's giving you more space than they used to, you know. And when you want your son on your video, that's great. But when you don't, your husband's picking up the ball. That's
Get
great.
out here, come help.
Exactly. That's all about your boundaries, you know. So congratulations on setting healthy boundaries for your own space and your own self-care. And you know, when you need to go to the bathroom, it's okay to lock the door and have your husband take care of your son, you know. So have your own bath, like you said. And just now that you're focusing on prenatal yoga too, which is really fun, you know, since you got pregnant during the program, I know that your focus of your posture studies and things like have shifted. And so have you found any takeaways there as you kind of try to shift the training into fitting into that mold?
Yeah, I mean, it's completely different. I mean, trying to do downward dog with this big honking belly, it's not very comfortable, but it's one of the things that is actually one of the poses that they suggest for getting the baby in the right position. And so obviously twisting and some of the stuff you can't do, but it has really opened my eyes up to the varying audiences that are available, because yoga is for everybody. Anyone and everyone can do it. And so like when I was doing my classes and writing them up, like elderly people who are sitting in chairs that can't get up,
Right.
they can still do yoga. Little kids can do yoga, like having my son do it with me.
So cute.
Sometimes he's crawling through my legs when I'm cat and cowing, but sometimes he'll sit next to me and do it. So, you know, I think that's been a really cool takeaway for me too, is there's no set way to do it. There's no, hey, you have to do this. You have to do a sun salutation. No, you don't. You can do whatever works for who you're doing it with. and knowing your audience and who you want your audience to be or who it needs to be, you know. So, and the other really cool thing that I took away from this too with you guys is I had my Reiki certification level 2 for, I don't know, over 10 years. And I've never had the desire to go out and do it on anybody. I do it on my chickens, my dog, my kid, you know, ourselves, my house, but not for anyone. And I actually answered someone's cry for help off of Facebook. And it was a woman who had just lost people in her family that needed healing. And I went to her house and did Reiki on her after we went through our training. And so that's been kind of cool too, because I didn't have the desire to go out and like, I need to share this, but I'm more open to that now and more confident in my abilities. And it was very serendipitous. Her daughter she lost had the same name as what we're naming our baby. And so it was, you know, Emma Elizabeth coming through as her daughter with my baby, you know, giving her the love she needed to heal. It was beautiful. So
yeah, I mean, you just can't make that up. You know, all these things that happen when we start working closely with spirit and opening our lives to connecting with other people, that beautiful interconnected woven weave that we have when we open our hearts to share with other people, you know, we first have to embody it, right, Jennifer? Because I've seen you embody this practice as we've went through. And like you said, you've practiced Reiki for 10 years, but until you really took the training again and embodied it, now you feel like there's a call for you to go out there in the world, and there might be people for you, and regardless of if you charge for sessions or if you do it for pro bono or just for people, it doesn't matter how you show up with it. But now I'm seeing that you're like, okay, I feel like I have a call out in the world outside of your first primary dharma right now, which is being a mom. So that's beautiful.
well, I think one of the things I took away from it is that it is only fair to have some kind of energetic exchange when you're doing it.
Mhm.
So, you know, maybe, you know, you can do pro bono, but I do think it's fair to just say, you know, I'll take a donation based on what you feel it's worth.
Uh-huh.
And or whatever, you know, because your time is valuable and you don't want to just be letting energy vampires come and suck all of everything out of you.
Right. That's
But you know, like
true.
if you're doing it and you're showing up, they're gonna see a value in it.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you took that away, because that's kind of one of my soapboxes that I get on a lot of times, especially when I'm teaching yoga teachers and in the spiritual community, because not only do sometimes we feel like we need to charge less than what we're worth to get clients or to get out there, sometimes people ask us to do things for free just because we are in a spiritual line of work. And that there's times when that's okay. There's times when then that's not okay, you know? And so like you said, just set that boundary. Like I like to do sliding scales. Like this is what the baseline would be. And then this is the, you know, this is what you, if you could really pay what it's fully value it would be. And to give people kind of an idea of what, you know, blah, 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 to blah, blah, blah. And that helps people like, okay, you know, I do feel like there's an even exchange here. And that way everyone walks away feeling great about the exchange, regardless if it's yoga, group workshops, Reiki, whatever, sound healing that you're offering. But she's absolutely right. And I'm so glad that you learned that through this, you know, me getting onto my soapboxes many times about make sure you ask for what you're worth in this world, you know, and that's an energetic exchange based on the law of attraction, right?
And the affirmations that we've learned and talked about, like learning about Tesla and the 369, it's like, it's just I've learned so many different things. It's hard to pinpoint one or two or what little things you've taken away, because when you're going through it, there's just so much, and you're going to come back and you're probably going to forget and miss stuff. But if you go back through it, I'm sure you're going to take away different stuff when the timing's right. Because I think you and I talked about in the last call that we had, the timing for things isn't always there. Like you'll read a book and not take something away, and then read that same book a couple of years later and be like, oh, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, that literally happens to us all the time. Yeah. Like we have this book of spiritual texts, and like, you know, you can use it like an oracle and just open it up to a certain page and it's so spot on. But if you would have read that page several years ago, it wouldn't have been relevant. So anything else you'd like to share?
The only thing I'll throw out there is the book that you had referenced, that you had been reading, is available on that PDF drive website that we put out. Let me see if I can find it here really quick, because I'm going to mess up the name. It's like The Secret Flower of Life.
The Secret of the Flower of Life.
The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life. They have volume 1 and volume 2 on there.
Oh, wonderful.
Which is
Yeah.
literally the book. The takeaway from, we just had a recent takeaway from that book of something that was read before that's now circled back and read again, and now it has like a whole different meaning
From Egypt,
than what it did. But it's funny because when you said that, I immediately thought of that book, and then you go, also there's the PDF for that one book is available, and that's the book you were talking about. So it's
Yes. So
loopity.
I read something from that book several years ago, which sent me on my own personal path of Tantra and learning about Tantra and the breath. And then I flipped back open to it after a massive remembrance from coming back from Egypt. And then I opened up to this chapter talking about the chakras and the Egyptian chakra system based on the Western 8 chakra system. And the Egyptian chakra system is a 13 chakra system. And I was talking to Jennifer on her call about the chakras because she's really into crystals, rocks, chakras. And that's one of the major focuses of her training that she really wanted to spend more time on. And so I was sharing with her these downloads and these teachings. But it's amazing because as I had read several years before about the breath and the orgasm and the energy movement and all that, circling back to just the other day when I came back and opened the book again, which I hadn't even read the book for several years, they came back to the preface leading up to that breath work, which was the chakra system. And so, it's interesting how those things all circle back when we're open to enjoying the journey and to being on the journey and to saying, okay, yes, this is what you're telling me to do right now, Spirit. I don't understand why you're telling me to go open up the Flower of Life book right now, but I'm going to go open up the Flower of Life book right now because it's right here on my shelf. And all of a sudden it's looking at me, and I'd had it there for years, but not right now. It's popping out and telling me to open it, So I just love that. So thank you so much, Jennifer, for all of your shares, for all of your accountability on the calls and on the group chats and being present for the tribe. And so officially tonight, you are a 200-hour RYT yoga teacher. Yay!
Yay, Jennifer.
Yay!
Yay.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone.
Congrats,
It's been so great
Jen.
to be with you all.
Good job, Jennifer.
So excited. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm super excited. And we have next, let's see, Autumn. So is she on?
Only jump on for a second. Plane just landed.
So Autumn said she's in the airport. So I don't know if she's here. Autumn, I don't know if you're available or not. So
I'm here but can't talk.
okay, she can't talk right now. Eden, are you on? Can you talk yet? Can you share yet?
Yes.
Oh,
Hello.
we're gonna go to Eden. So here's
I don't
Eden
know
from
how
Austin.
well my signal is.
Okay, you're okay. We can hear you just fine. And Eden's out now from California, but she's from Austin, and she is in our 500-hour mastermind private my mastermind coaching, private coaching, and she just finished up her 200-hour this summer in Hawaii, and now she's moving on to her 500-hour path. So Eden, thank you for coming on.
Yes. Hi. Hello, everyone. I'm just, like, I think when I first started looking for the yoga teacher training in like last year, I felt like I was kind of on the same boat as Jennifer. Like, I was a new mom. Like, I didn't have time to myself, or I wasn't really making time for myself. And like, so really focusing on like self-care, and making that time, like making myself a priority, was like such a game changer for me. And it really, like, you know, when you're in a fog and you're kind of like going through the motions, like um, when I was when I first found Yoga for Love, I was kind of going through the motions. You're gonna keep going straight. Going through the motions of just getting up, making sure like my son was like taken care of, and then going back to sleep. And like I wasn't really doing anything for me, like productively. And so when I found Yoga for Love, I actually, you know, it was more of something to do. I didn't like, I wanted to teach. I was so interested in yoga, and at the time when I was pregnant, I couldn't find any prenatal like classes, and I thought that was kind of weird because we lived in Austin. But so I kind of, you know, like I put on like being active, like I put that off for a while. So when I like found the program and I really was attracted to the tribe aspect, like I was like, okay, this is it, like let's do it, you know? And then like really getting to know like everyone, all of our stories, like there's just, you know, we're just so connected, and it's so helpful that you're not the only one, and you know, you have people to go through this with you. I feel like that was so important.
Well, we are super proud of all the work that you've done. And I'm so excited to be working with you on your mastery with your 5 credit hour in our mastermind program. So tell us a little bit about what life was like before you started Yoga for Love, what it was like going through the program, what it's like now, and what you're doing with your career. So I know you're doing some major stuff now, that you built a brand, and a little bit about how you built that up.
Yeah. So like I said, I was kind of like lost at first. Like I didn't really know what I wanted to focus on, because I just felt like I wanted to do a lot. But once I was really able to say like, this is like what I want to do, I wanted to teach and I wanted to travel. So once I started, when we graduated from Hawaii, Amber told me about, you know, teaching like abroad, and I was like, I want to do that too. Like that's perfect. And so I felt its own divine time, like finishing the 200-hour training, and then connecting with Amber like in person.
We're losing your signal, Eden. Okay, we're gonna have to come back to Eden. I think her signal is fading out right now. So let's see who's next on the chat to share. We're gonna come back once she unfreezes. So who's next? I think it was Candy. Yes, Candy, can you share?
I can share for a second, yeah, and then I have to jump off pretty quick, but I was just gonna say that I had a really great experience with Jamie this week, because I went down and saw her, and she did a sound healing for me, and it was really, really helpful, helped really spark some stuff in me. I'm really grateful for that, and just wanted to mention that. That's really what I had. So thanks, Jamie. I really appreciated it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Well, tell us a little bit about where you're from and where you're at in the program and what your goals are.
Okay, so I live in Keller, Texas, which is in the DFW area. So not really too far from Lisa. I'm doing the 500 hour, and I'm working right now on my module 4 assignments, and they've been super enlightening. And just like you were talking about, reading something at one point and then coming back to it, that's been really enlightening for me. It's been kind of a long journey. It's just too much to go into, but it's been a long journey for me, and there's been a lot of resistance within, and I really feel that shifting. Seriously, that session with Jamie really helped unlock some things that I'd been questioning, and I'd been just kind of denying some stuff, and so really facing the truth on that and working that through is helping me take the next steps and move forward. And so I'm very hopeful. I'm real hopeful about my program.
That's so excited. So I know that you had a sabbatical, you came back, now you're doing the mastermind. And so what's your main focus as you wrap up your coaching calls and we focus on your graduation?
Well, I've been doing, I guess, the sacred texts. The shamanism did not initially appeal to me, but it does more and more. Understanding that how that energy healing can be so helpful and how it does all just tie together. I just think it's a really great opportunity to bring together all the different pieces that I've experienced, as well as, what I can offer. And like, I think it was what Becca was saying about yoga being for everybody. That's definitely my path, because I discovered that one of my points of resistance is that I really can't move the way I used to. And that I did training, and I talked to Lisa about this, in accessible yoga, to learn modifications, and having to use those on myself, I think initially felt a little bit like a failure. So it was really like not authentic. I believed in teaching it, but I didn't want to believe I needed it. But one of the things they taught us there is that eventually, in some ways, everyone develops some type of disability just through aging. You just eventually can't do the things you could do when you were 20. You can't.
Right.
So and it doesn't mean that you're completely disabled. It just means that compared to what you were. So accepting that, working through it, and understanding that I have a place in teaching that. I have a place in sharing that. I know what else I was going to share that was really important. One of the things that happened to me during my healing session was the meditation was really remarkable. And so I did something similar today, and I just wanted to share, if you had a second, something that came up for me that's kind of like an intention for the year that I felt like would be helpful for the other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 4 little lines, but this came to me while I was in meditation, and I'd been thinking about this year coming up, and it just came to me, and I just kind of wrote it down. May I listen with an open heart, respond with compassion, receive instruction with an open mind, and share what I learn with love.
Oh, I love
So
that.
that came to me today, and I really think it will be a good guide for me going forward this year.
Please share that in the group chat, or if you make a little meme out of it or a sticker out of it, please share that so we could all save it to our phone. I love it. That's beautiful. Thank you, Candy. You're always such a joy and such a light in this program. It's always so great to hear from you, and you have such wisdom. And Candy, for all through COVID, she taught and did little tea time with Candy, and it was so much fun. So I'd love if you wanted to do those again. We always enjoy your wisdom. So whenever you want to share, you have an open forum. Thank you, Candy.
Thanks so much, you guys.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we have see Amber on the call. We have let's see who's next to share. I think we have Tracy signed up to share next. So Tracy, are you available? Maybe Tracy fell off. Tiara or Amber, is she on?
I was on. I was just muted.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, let me get you on here on the spotlight. Hi, Tracy.
Hi. How's everyone doing?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So, congratulations everyone for them that graduated. That's must feel good to start something and complete it. That's one of my New Year's resolutions. Just even on little things is like if I start it, like finish, work it all the way to completion.
Yes.
And anyway, it's I know you must feel really good. So congratulations. For
So
your
exciting.
accomplishment.
Well, tell them about where you're from, where you're at in the program, and where you were when you started, and where you are now, and where you're headed.
I live here in Fort Worth, Texas. So I'm originally from Oklahoma, but I can say I'm probably a Texan now. I've been here for over 30 years. I am on module 4 in the 300-hour program. My training before Yoga for Love was in Kundalini Yoga. So I'm just really enjoying the process, and probably my biggest takeaway that's been helpful for me is just to really slow down and to enjoy this process and to really give myself self-love and just really slow down and enjoy the learning, enjoy the process, and not just trying to do something to check it off the list, but to really absorb it and visualize, how I can use this right now, as well as how it can unfold into other aspects. So that's been real exciting for me. And also just a real peace and joy that, everything's going to be okay, and yeah, that's been how the process has really helped me.
Yes, I love that. And it's true. Absolutely. Well, you came with us to Hawaii. Do you want to share a little bit about Hawaii? And also you've been to several Yoga for Love retreats and also facilitated a workshop at our last retreat. So do you want to share a little bit about any of the retreats or takeaways about that?
Well, the retreats are just, retreats are always enjoyable, of course, because one, you just get to break away from your usual routine, and they're always in some type of beautiful setting, and it's other women that come together that are like-minded, and they're kind of searching for for even if they're not searching, but they're retreating as well. And so you're all kind of in that same mindset, and just the way it always unfolds and the connection that you meet with other new friends is a lot of fun. So yeah, I've loved all of the retreats, and they've all, have been different, but you always walk away renewed. And that's the biggest thing that I love about your retreats is the people that come together, and it's always in a beautiful place, and they're pretty, chill. They just kind of go with the flow, whatever flow it calls for that particular get together. So you never know. And it really kind of helps you just to kind of get in sync to a rhythm and flowing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you for that perspective. I'm so excited to be working with you for finishing up your 500 hour. So I know you talked about some things that you want to do when you finish up your mastery. You want to share some of the ideas on how you want to show up with your training in the world?
No, not tonight, if that's okay.
Well, that's okay. Once you get it more solidified, you can share later. So just to suffice to say that she has some really great business goals and some ideas that are coming through, but they're all still kind of making their way through the ethers into the manifestation of what she's creating. And so I totally respect the fact that you're waiting to share, and we're looking forward to what comes through, because anything that you do, Tracy, is filled with light and joy. And you always bring such a positivity and such an open welcomeness to anything that you're involved in. It's always a joy and an honor to work with you. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm real happy. So I'm excited. And of course, I got into this program, as you know, and because of Candy, and we're really having a lot of fun because, we've known each other since we were 7, maybe 6 or 7. We shared 2nd grade together, and so it's just been really interesting for us we've always had that kind of friendship that we might not see each other for years, and then we see each other no, we didn't miss a beat, but at the same time, interests kind of change, but now it's like I'll find somebody on YouTube and I say, hey, I listened to this person and I really like, oh, I've listened to that person too. And then things are just so lining up now. It's just been a lot of fun. And so, yeah, and we're kind of in sync now where we are. And so we're holding each other more accountable. It used to be, just like, okay, we're going to, hold you accountable for this. And maybe we really didn't, but now we really do, so it's so good.
I love that also recently you and Candy did a little workshop, a weekend retreat together where you worked on your vision board workshops. Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
It was fun.
Candy, you're still on. Do you want to chime in?
Yeah, we went down to Wimberley and, we took a weekend away. We both took a bunch of our books and, magazines, and we brought our stuff, and we spent part of the time doing it, part of the time not doing it. But, it was just another great opportunity. Like Tracy said, our friendship has been lifelong. So we've been through all kinds of stuff. And both of us, everyone has their own story. But to have someone that you can turn to that really does know your heart as you're developing your vision board can really be helpful. Because they can kind of when you're thinking of something and kind of trying to think it through. Like for me, Tracy was able to say, yeah, you've always kind of leaned that way, or wow, that's kind of new for you. And what a gift. That was just a great gift to me to be able to work on that and work through those feelings and whether they were desires or just random thoughts, to have somebody that knows me and that I feel safe with, working on that with me. And it was just a thrill. I had the best time.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, I'm so looking forward to y'all finishing up your program these next couple of months and seeing what you do with your training out there in the world. So thank you for taking the time to share tonight. Love you both so much.
Thank you. Love both of you.
So we have a couple girls on that haven't shared. Tira or Amber, do either of y'all have an opportunity to share tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, let me go ahead and jump in here. And here's Tierra. She's a goddess that's in one of our, she's a goddess in a mastermind program, currently in Waxahachie, Texas from South Dakota. So just going to ask you a couple questions, and if you want to share, what was your life before Yoga for Love? I know that we started on a very transitional day of your life. And then what is it like now?
All right. Yes. So starting off, well, hello, goddesses. But starting off, man, it was crazy for me. And it's a blessing that I ran across you all, and I've found my tribe, and I'm the happiest I think I have ever been. And period. So I found so much joy in just meeting you ladies and hearing your stories and hearing your motivation, man. That's awesome. And I really appreciate every single minute that we share together. So starting off, I had just separated from the military after almost 21 years of service in the Air Force. And the day we started, that was my day. It was, right before Halloween, actually.
Retirement day.
My retirement day. So mentally, I was going through a lot. I had a lot of anxiety. I didn't know where my focus, my purpose was in life. What do I do next? What's my next step? But, something in me was calling to do more. I want to learn more about myself and my spiritual side. I've always felt this this love, just, I just want to get it out. Like I get so excited, like get way too excited, when I meet people, I just want to love you. So, just with that coronavirus going on, no personal interaction and it was very hard. And then coming to a new place, relocating from South Dakota with my family, it was just a trying time. So, meeting you all and Lisa and Jamie, man, y'all have just, I feel like, changed my life in so many positive ways, and other people around me actually see it and enjoy it and want to know more and, want to learn more and see this shining light that is just, I'm just happy. Just leave me alone.
I love it.
Let me be me.
Yes, I see you able to embrace your light now. You don't have a reason to dim your light, and you never, ever will again. And you have so much love and light to share. So I know that you have several different focuses that you've done through our focus path on the mastermind program. What are you currently focusing on, and how do you see that coming out in your as you finish the program?
Okay, so I've made it to my module 2 on yoga, so I'm still going to try to focus more on that as well. However, I'm on module 2 for my shamanic training. So I am learning more about that, the history of it, and I'm excited about it. Like I got into the program wanting to know everything, but time just didn't allow that for me most of the time. But until the end of my time, in the mastermind program, I'm going to give it my all. I just want to learn as much as possible, as I can. So I'm gonna keep just pushing forward. But I did get my level 1 Reiki, so I'm excited.
Yes, so you have your certification. So yay for that.
Yes, I want to get my 2 now.
Awesome. Well, we are looking forward to moving on with you and continuing our journey together as you move through your mastermind program. You're always a delight, always brings so much joy and laughter to our group. So thank you, sister.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. And thank you. And congratulations to all the beautiful women that have made it thus far today.
Yes.
Happy New Year, too, by the way.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
So I know we have a couple other women on that haven't shared. I don't know if you'll have bad connection. If you can't share tonight, anybody else want to share?
Autumn was getting off the plane. So
yeah, Autumn's, she's in the airport. She's graduating tonight. So congratulations to Autumn. We're so excited for your 500-hour program. And she may be jumping back on. Let's see who that was. So hopefully she can jump on. But so we want to just take this opportunity to just, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, Tiara. Thank you for sharing, Tiara. And just want to say thank you. I'm going to move this back over here, for being on our call and for joining in with all these beautiful women in the tribe and sharing, everyone sharing their story tonight. It needs to be tipped up a little bit. So just to wrap up, everyone that shared tonight is in our Yoga for Love online training program. As some of them are part of our mastery where they're getting one-on-one coaching. Some are doing the online courses, taking their hands-on hours at the retreats, taking the Reiki trainings. And so everybody in this program has been an amazing asset to each other and to the tribe. And for those of you that are joining us online, that are part of our tribe by just joining vicariously through. Hey, thank you for the hearts. So good to see y'all. Anybody that's joined any of our retreats or any of our trainings, it's always been such an amazing connection. And so that when I first was told to start Yoga for Love, it was a vision of mine that Spirit gave me and said that you're going to have a program where the women that are ending the program are going to be mentoring the ones that are, that are just starting the program. And that's literally what's happening is we're seeing women that are finishing up this program, moving on with major things in their life, moving on to have international teaching businesses such as Amber and Eden, and we're having successful studios and teacher training programs. We have our first franchise starting in Florida to do an in-person teacher training with Autumn as she's finishing up her 500-hour training. And so there's so many wonderful things that are happening as you all take Yoga for Love training out into the world and start doing your work. It's just, it makes my heart so incredibly full because you are our legacy, all of you in the Goddess Tribe. For those of you that take the teacher training, or the ones that even are just taking the trainings that I'm sharing when Spirit tells me to share on my Instagram, no matter how deeply you engage, you are all part of this tribe and we're all part of this journey together. And it makes me so emotional to see that the visions that Spirit has given me and to see the women that have been drawn in through those visions. And, you know, I see you in my heart before you come in, and then, you know, like random, but not so random, right ways. Like, I just Googled yoga and I mean, I just came across you, or, you know, I just found you on Instagram just randomly, and, you know, or even referrals. You know, we love referrals, and anybody who's been in the program, just sending your friends, like Candy and Tracy, best friends, you know, and Becca and Terry, best friends, you know. So it's really cool to see best friends doing this program together. We have a lot of mom and daughters who are sisterhood friends who've taken the retreats together. So it's just been overwhelmingly beautiful to see all the women that have been part of this. So if you're looking forward to sharing with your friends, we'd love to see your referrals and see your friends at our retreats and at our trainings. We'll be sharing everything that we have coming up in 2022. If you're on our newsletter, you'll be getting that. I'm doing some deeper shares on my Telegram channel, which I have a link in my Instagram bio for that, because there's a lot of things that we can't really share publicly on social media because it's too sacred. And so that's where we're sharing the teachings for the Temple of the Sacred Heart Church. And so you can join that if you want to have some deeper shares. I think most of all y'all in the training program have joined the Telegram channel, but if not, just message me. I'll get you a link if you're on the chat or if you're on live, and we'll send you the link to that. So I want to thank everybody for being on, that's been on. I know that we have one of our dear sisters that's been doing an amazing job and about to graduate, but she has COVID, so I know she doesn't feel like she wants to be on camera. So send your healing vibes to Amber, and also one of our beautiful sisters, Amanda, who is also a coach for our program, has COVID. So please send her your love and your light, as well as anybody that is in our sisterhood that you want to share some love to. Drop their name in the comments. We'll pray for them. We'll send them our energy, Reiki healing. So if you know of anybody that needs a little love, make sure you drop their name. And so thank you for being on. Happy 2022. This is going to be an amazing year. And yes, Tutu, we're here. So anything you want to say to share about the new year?
Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Like, if you're not ready, you better get ready. You should have got ready.
We're here to support you.
Absolutely. I just want to say I'm just like really like excited, and congratulations to everybody that's graduated, as well as everybody else that's still moving through the program, because just witnessing all of the shifts that have been taking place within each and every one of you is just beautiful. And having you in my life as well, it's just, I'm grateful. And so thank you all, and congrats.
Congrats, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us on our live, and thanks for supporting your sisters on the chat. And we'll see you next time. Happy 2022. Bye. Namaste. Bye.
Bye.
What happened? Oh, I have a new update on my phone, and now it's super Zoom. Can you end this right here, please? Thank y'all for jumping on.